In prehistoric times, the site of Old Man House was a place of great gatherings, where many Puget Sound tribes came together for trade and celebration. Located on the shores of Agate Pass, Old Man House was the largest known longhouse in the Salish Sea. This was a historic winter village of the Suquamish tribe and ancestral home to Chief Seattle and Chief Kitsap. Said to be built in 1815, the Old Man House was both a center of culture and religion and stands as a testament to the art and engineering of the Suquamish people. This shed roof structure, 800 feet long, had removable partitions to house many families. During the winter months, food that had been gathered would be hanging from the rafters. Strips of meat, strings of clams, camas, roots, cakes of berries, and seal oil had all been saved for winter. Women could focus on their crafts, spinning and weaving mountain goat wool and dog hair into blankets and clothing. Activities such as carving, basket making, net making, and repair also took place during this time, as the community prepared for the coming fishing and gathering season. Old Man House was also a central gathering place for ceremonies, bone games, and potlatches. These large celebrations were organized by the wealthy leaders of villages who held generous giveaways to demonstrate their social rank and honor special milestones. The Suquamish was one of more than 20 tribal groups that were parties to the Treaty of Point Elliott, signed in 1855. The previous year, Chief Seattle had made his famous speech at the treaty proposals that foreshadowed the difficult years ahead. In the decades following, the federal government made gradual attempts to put an end to the traditions and communal lifestyles of the Suquamish people. Certain ceremonies and religious practices were outlawed at this time. In the 1870s, a federal agent ordered the burning of Old Man House, which was the physical and spiritual heart of the Suquamish community. During the following years, families continued to live in the village surrounding this site. At the turn of the century, the village included over 35 homes, a Catholic church, a schoolhouse, smokehouses, and several orchards. In 1905, the United States War Department acquired the village area for a proposed military post. Families were uprooted and moved to their separate allotments. The military post was never established, and the land purchased by the military was eventually sold in 1937 to a private developer and subdivided for vacation homes. The Washington State Parks sponsored the first scientific excavation at the site. This was conducted by Warren Snyder of the University of Washington in the summers of 1950 and 1951. Hundreds of artifacts revealed a wide array of tool forms made of stone, bone, and antler. These remains were found in Shell Midden, which contain an abundance of fish, mammal, and bird bones. As we entered the new millennium, budget cutbacks had limited the state's ability to maintain the park, and they considered having it transferred back to the ownership of the Suquamish tribe. Some residents were fearful they would no longer have access to the park if it were owned by the tribe. After much lobbying by the Suquamish, the park was returned on August 12, 2004. In June of 2005, a ceremony was held to commemorate the return of Old Man House Park. With the opening of the new Suquamish Museum, the tribe was ready to house the artifacts that were excavated and held by the Burke Museum. In 2013, as a pod of orcas escorted the artifacts across Puget Sound, the spirit of the ancestors were there to welcome them home.